back to another episode of Payday Survival. Today we return, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, guys. I'm sure a fan-freaking-tastic day of the most amazing variety. We are back at base, but mainly we are back and prepared for adventure. We're gonna go ahead and try to get ourselves a couple of quests over from Adelaide and continue progressing that city. Probably make a pit stop across any events that come across the way as well. But we have some ridiculously big stuff to talk about today. Boom! What you guys are seeing right here was actually posted in the Discord for Payday Survival, which I recently was made aware of being a thing. So this is something that you guys are definitely going to want to pay attention to. This is plans for a rating update to come to Payday Survival. Without further ado, let's dive into the specifics. As you know, we're working on the rating system. It's not coming in the next update, but we will be adding some stuff for you to get ready for them. One of the things that will be being added is the safe, which can be used to hide your most valuable items there, and no one will be able to take anything from Sam. But do not worry too much about the raids. We will have many limitations for raiders to reduce the possible damage they can do to you, and the mechanics will be different from other games. I'm guessing they might be talking specifically about Last Day on Earth, since that is, to my knowledge, the only other game that does have ratings. So it's actually huge news for Payday Survival, that if they're going to be pretty much outside of Last Day on Earth Survival, the only mobile survival game to have rating, and if this system somehow manages to be better than Last Day on Earth, woohoo! Is that gonna be getting spooky? But anyways, let's go ahead and get into these numbered details that we have about this rating system. You will never lose walls or boxes or workbenches or any other types of buildings. Everything will be restored when you return to your game. So that right there is awesome news, because that means if you invest into some really expensive walls, you don't have to keep on reinvesting into them every time they break. Once you invest into a wall, into an item, it is yours forever by the looks of it. So already awesome news that you don't need to keep on continuously re-armoring your base every time it breaks. It appears that every time it breaks, you come back to base and it's still gonna be there, so that is awesome. Number 2, raiders will only be able to take 5 slots of resources. Usually players lose more when they go into PvP zones, for instance, so it appears that you will only be losing 5 slots maximum when you are raided. So actually it's not gonna be as detrimental if you leave like a chest or something. Like, obviously they might take some pretty valuable stuff from that chest, but 5 slots is the maximum that they will be able to yeet straight from your chest. Number 3, raiders will not be able to delete any of your resources, meaning that raiders will, well, it's kind of like Last Day on Earth in that sense, because you can't just go around deleting people's stuff. So like the delete option is going to be disabled probably when people are going to be raiding. Number 4, your base will be protected from any attack until your next login, meaning you're not going to log in to having 3 raids happened on your base, or even a double raid, something that has admittedly happened to me a lot in Last Day on Earth. And it's pretty bad when you come back to back-to-back raids, because back-to-back raids, they kind of build off each other, especially because the walls don't respawn. So first things first, the first raider comes in, breaks your walls, maybe doesn't get any loot, but then that second raider can follow up on what the first raider did and really do some damage. But already from a couple of the points that we're seeing here in the Payday raid system, this is looking like a promising rating system. I tell you what, since we're not going to be losing any of that stuff, we're not going to have to continuously re-armor our base, and it's going to be protected from attacks until we log in. Number 5, we will not allow the raiding of bases of those players who come into the game every day, meaning if you're logging into Payday Survival every day, I don't even think you have to worry about being raided. Like, dude, this is actually a lot of cool details they're doing. They're actually rewarding people for playing the game more, not to mention the fact that Payday doesn't even have an energy system behind it, that Payday is just rocking the walk everywhere within a couple of seconds system. Payday's really starting to take its own direction here, and I feel like, honestly, Payday is separating itself most from the other mobile survival games. A lot of mobile survival games tend to have a lot of similarities to Last Day on Earth, but you gotta admit, some of the stuff that Payday is doing here is seriously, like, it's a lot more out there than a lot of the other Last Day on Earth / mobile survival games, Last Day on Earth like / mobile survival games that we are seeing and coming out. So really interesting stuff we're seeing, and we still got more to go. Number 6, you will be able to buy the protection from raiders, meaning it's kind of, I'm not entirely sure what they mean here. This could be interpreted a couple ways. Maybe it's saying that you will be able to buy protection from the raiders, meaning that you will be able to purchase something that will protect you from the raiders. Or maybe what they're saying is that you'll be able to go to the raiders, talk to the raiders, and trade with the raiders, kind of like a mafioso style, and be like, hey, here's my quote-unquote insurance policy, you know? And then they'll be like, oh, okay, we'll make sure not to send anyone after you. So maybe you'll be able to like bribe the raiders as a form of protection. And given the trading systems that Prey Day has in store, or that it already has in the game, I could definitely see him incorporating something like that, especially if there's just a person you go and talk to, bada bing, bada boom, and you're like, hey, I'm safe from raids. So I could see that. And then if you can use like in-game currency, maybe bribe them with dog tags, that'd be pretty cool, since there is a pretty established currency system in Prey Day Survival. Number 7, raiders will only have 5 minutes or so to raid your base, so it will be relatively timed. When you go out on a raid, you're gonna have right around 5 minutes, I'm guessing, before some really bad stuff happens. Maybe like you start getting swarmed by zombies, or like something that will force you out of the map, because they are given the estimate of right around 5 minutes or so. So it's not going to be like someone has hours to plot while staring at your base and analyzing every minor detail. It's going to be like, all right, we got to go bing bang pow, got to make those split-second decisions and get what you can, especially if it's only going to be 5 slots. You got to try and get the best 5 slots that you can. Number 8, you will have many options to protect your base, like turrets, walls, traps, and so on. Currently my base only has walls, but this news that turrets and traps are coming as well in terms of protection, that is some exciting stuff that I cannot wait to go ahead, plop on down, and continue making our base as absolutely amazing as gonna be. And the final point, the final detail, number 9, destroyed objects may contain rare items. They will be generated, not taken from the raided player's stashes, meaning I'm not entirely sure what this means, given some of the earlier points. It's saying that when something gets destroyed, I'm guessing maybe like a workbench, or maybe when you destroy a chest, that they might contain rare items. But then it's saying that when that stuff gets taken, it's not going to be taken from the person who got raided. It's going to be like a duplicate slash generated there. So maybe it's gonna be similar to Last Day on Earth, where if someone raids your base, that doesn't necessarily mean that a raid, that like everything that they took is gonna be taken from your base or something. I think it might be kind of like Last Day on Earth, where we're gonna be, when you go out on a raid, you're gonna be raiding copies of people bases, but when you get raided, whatever causes that raid to happen, it will be an AI that potentially does it, and they'll be taken. I'm not even entirely sure. There's a little bit of confusion between these points, but maybe you guys can have some clarification, or maybe you guys have your own thoughts that maybe make a little bit more sense, that maybe kind of articulate how all of the dots are connected. And if so, I'd absolutely love to hear from y'all in that comment section down below regarding some of that jazz, because this is going to be most likely the biggest update Prey Day has seen, incorporating something as massive as the raid system, especially since it has so much popularity in the Last Day on Earth community. And this is going to be huge for Prey Day. Can't wait to see it come to fruition. Of course, I cannot wait to dive into it with all of you lads and lassies. So make sure you stick around, with the notification bell hits to stay up to date with Prey Day, especially with updates like that on the horizon. You can go ahead and color me excited, because I won't. Just like I maybe don't really want anything from here. There's a little bit of a poopy trades. Not interested in what you are selling, Mr. Black Market Trader guy. But what about questing? Ooh, 15 potatoes, and this guy will be a happy camper. Unfortunately, I don't believe I have 15 potatoes in my possession, but I would have loved to get some of those research parts. But that is okay, because we should still be able to head on out upon some adventures and find some research parts out in the wild. If you guys don't recall, research parts are one of the big ticket items we are currently trying to stockpile. Not even stockpile, but the items that we're trying to loot and put to use. And crashed helicopters like this are perfect for helping us out with such adventures. How convenient that this helicopter keeps crashing in the same place. You know what's, I feel like it's the Bermuda Triangle. I am seeing a triangle there. I'm pretty sure this is the Bermuda Triangle. I feel like after like the 7th helicopter crash, you'd stop sending crashes here, but I guess not. These goddamn helicopter pirates, not pirates, pilots, helicopter pirates. These goddamn helicopter pilots ain't learning their lesson. The Bermuda Triangle is not to be tangled with. But for real, that rating system does sound cool. Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say about it, because this could seriously put Prey Day on the map. The rating system is honestly one of Last Day on Earth's best features. Lately, the rating system's been, it's definitely not as amazing as it used to be in the past. Hey, we got some research parts there. It's not as amazing as it used to be in the past. So honestly, if Prey Day can kind of whip out this update, and if it is a super high quality rating update and they get raids right, and we're actually getting quality raids every time instead of smacked with the hand of disappointment in the form of stone walls and even steel walls. It could seriously draw some interest this way, I do believe, just like I'm drawing some interest of my baseball bat to that zombie's face. And go ahead and get to the collecting of his clothes. And let's get to the collecting of that helicopter crash. JK, let's go. Oh, dang, I gotta fight me. I gotta fight me a rotten flesh really quick. Give me a sec. Detour. Let's go ahead and see what this chest might be contained in for us. Hey, Todd returns. What's up, Todd? How you been doing? I thought you were chilling in my base, but I guess Todd snuck away, or maybe it's another one of Todd's twins. Todd tends to have a lot of twins. He comes from a large family of rubber ducks, my man. Hey, I get into some more nails as well. Can't go wrong with that. I'm just trying to focus on the big ticket items here first, like the actual chests and stuff, and then I'll probably just hit it with a switch up and go over to auto mode to wrap up everything else. Let's please don't turn around. Bang, bang, pow. You done know, son. We got a little bit of that stuff coming our way, and we got that butcher. He's a little bit of a tougher enemy. Hello, butcher. I'm coming with a bat with the back of your head's name on it. God dang it, we got a second round flush bum rushing us out. I like this. Let's just take out the butcher. All right, I'm not trying to use too many heals here. I'm trying to come out of here with a positive. And what do I mean by a positive? As in with more stuff than I went away with. Specifically medical supplies, because medical supplies, I'm literally doing everything in my power to hopefully discover some. Ooh, hello. That's some good stuff. But I'm trying to do everything in my power to discover some of those medical, we got to research band-aids, I think, and then we can start producing a poop and son. Woo! Multiple weapons, you say? Color me interested. I'll be taking all of those. Thank you kindly. What about these berries? Let's go ahead and chow down on a couple of these until our health gets all the way to full, because we don't really need all these berries. There we go. All the way pretty much to full we go. We got an extra slot. Oh, we got more pislam. We still forgot to put that away in the first place so we could collect some of these. Put that bat in there because our bat's about to break. And honestly, this helicopter crash will be a net positive. We walked into here with 2 bats, but we're gonna walk out with 2 bats, and it's probably altogether you're gonna have more durability than last time, because this bat was almost broken to begin with. A diary, you say? Pretty hard to go wrong with that. Let's toss our beans over into that packet. Let's get to collecting. Take everything that we can and continue trying to find some of these chests, because these chests are filled with a little thing known as delicious loot and dog tags. TBH, we're getting a little bit of dog taggery here. Tons of food. Honestly, this has been a very productive helicopter crash, and that we're getting a poop ton of food too. I'm just gonna drink that water now. Don't feel like bringing that back. Are we hungry at all? Or there are 10 dog tags here. I'm not trying to leave those behind. Am I naked at all? Do I need clothes? No, I'm pretty clothed. That's a first. That doesn't really happen. I'm not entirely sure what we should do. Maybe, why don't we go and try to find some iron piles? We'll come back to that chest because our crowbar is about to break. So if we can find some of those piles of iron to use our crowbar on before we have to pick that up, that should free up a slot. Or we could just try and start chopping down some trees. Well, do we even have room to pick up wood? We don't. Talk about a doozy. We're gonna have to do some inventory. I mean, this bat's about to break too. Why don't we just go and try to kill someone really quickly? That should help. That sounds awful out of context. See ya! What? Oh my god, what's on fire over here? Jesus! This tree's on fire! Since when is this tree on fire? What in tarnation? Hold on, I need a baseball bat to handle all of this. Since when is that tree on fire? I don't think I've ever seen that tree set on fire. Did that lightning bolt hit that freaking tree? What is going on right now, game? Oh my god. All right, can I be set on fire by that? I kind of just want to do it for science. All right, dude, definitely don't do this IRL, guys. If you see a tree on fire, don't try to light yourselves on fire for science, but I'm playing Prey Day right now, so it's kind of acceptable. Can this actually, okay, no, it doesn't hurt me. So it's just like a toasty fire, pretty much. It's like a glorified fire. All right, makes total sense. We gotta go ahead and start collecting whatchamacallit, some of the scrap as well. We still got one more chest down here we can get to collecting too, and I think that should wrap it up in terms of the chests. There might be like one more. Hey, band-aids. Hey, letters. Dude, I don't know what to leave behind. This is some tough to say. Goodbye, rope. I definitely ain't be needing you. Plenty of scrap back at home. I'm gonna drink me some soda. I was getting thirsty. Definitely collect the band-aids. And all right, business is kind of starting to pop off yet again. Here's what I'm gonna do really quickly. Put that away. Breaking this will honestly probably... Oh, no, I didn't expect this. Oh, he respawned, did he? Or didn't he? Where did this guy come from? Yeah, he had to respawn because we were literally just over there. I remember because I was being amused by this flaming tree. It's pretty freaking amusing. All right, our crowbar has still managed not to break. Oh, no, it did break. Okay, I didn't get the pop-up that it broke. All right, we're back in business. And how much does this heal, by the way? A perfect 20. Bada bing, bada boom. Look at that. Coming out perfectly at a Starsnipe video near you, except for this rotten flesh catching a whiff of me before I can get that sneak attack off. God dang it, Bobby. What about this? Have we... Okay, we've looted that chest, so I don't think there's any left. I'm gonna double check. I'm gonna search the perimeter, but I do know that we got this one. Actually, never mind. I didn't leave anything in there. Hold on. One of these chests had something in it. I just forget which one. It was probably the one up north, the last one that I'm gonna end up checking. As is tradition. Gotta look as big of a derp as can be. Dude, for real, that tree was not on fire at prior helicopter crashes. They're evolving. There's gotta be something to it. Ooh, Mordaki. Okay, I was not expecting that. Do we need matches? We can process it into sulfur eventually, which sounds like a valuable use. That's gonna be a band-aid eventually, and that's potato seeds, which is also pretty useful. Ay, caramba, man. I don't know what to leave behind. All right, stone sledgehammer. I ain't collecting no stone today. I think that's a good idea. And we could start using the crowbar by collecting some of this stuff. And I mean, as a crowbar gets some usage out of it, I'd say it's a positive. Was it this that I forgot something in? I swear there was a chest that there was some stuff in. Am I just crazy? I'm probably just crazy, to be completely honest. But yeah, I'll be picking those matches up for the time being. And maybe it was this one down here? Down hither? No, I don't think so. All right, I guess we're popping off in business better than I thought. I'll take that to the bank, baby, just like I will. Keep on looking for some of those piles that we can use, use the crowbar on, like right here. We're still probably not gonna be able to get the crowbar to break before the end of this adventure, though, which is what I was kind of banking on, so we'd have some more room. But low-key, we can't probably get some of these hatchets to break. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm put in... what's the least valuable? Just, all right, I'll put the clean cloth away. Hopefully I come back for it, though, and then let's get to chopping down some tree. Can I chop down the flaming tree? Hold on. Can I please? No, I can't. It's a tree icon on the map. Don't do this to me, game. Don't play with my emotions in such a way. Why? Why does he pick up berries? I do not understand. Do any of you guys understand what's going on? The berries are like the one item he will pick up even if he has no reason to pick it up. You know what I'm talking about? Like, he's leaving these rocks on the ground just fine, but Prey-Day devs, there's something weird going on with the berry collecting mechanics specifically. Like, he has some weird thing where he thinks he always has room for berries, and he usually does not have said room for berries. That's some communist propaganda right there. But he has plenty of room for some of these wood, and plenty of room, hopefully, for one of these things to break soon. Because as these things start breaking, hopefully he'll continue collecting more. But we should be able to walk home with a pretty solid haul of stuff because we're in the middle of this helicopter, conveniently enough. It crashed in the middle of a park. Tons of wooden scraps to be had. Like, let's freaking go, boys. And metal scraps, too. Although I'm hoping we chop down more trees because I want this hatchet to break. If not, maybe we'll chop down like one more tree. All right, he's not finding any trees because apparently I need to babysit him and walk him over to the trees. Let's make sure that we're, ooh, a little bit of soda. A little bit of soda. Always a good idea to collect every one of these things, even if they might not have anything. Some cars and even dumpsters can definitely have some good stuff. First things first, my guy's got to delusionally search the berry. Like, at least if he's going to search it, can't he at least, like, instead of just dropping them on the ground, like, no room in my backpack, can he at least, like, you know, okay, can you chop down these trees? No. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna toss this out. That thing was about to break anyway. Now we got room for the wood yet again. Let's get that auto back off and popping. But what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, the garbages and the cars. They seriously can have good stuff. I think I found nails in some of the garbage areas before, and cars can have some pretty good stuff, too, especially if we're talking about some nicer cars like police cars and stuff. I found some pretty reputable loot in such things. Ooh, what you got on you there? Absolutely nothing. Just like that taxi car over there. God freaking dang it, lad. Come on, let's continue chopping down some of these trees. And hopefully now this hatchet will break before that stack fills up. And then we can go and start making a third stack of wood. See, I'm all about maximizing the productivity. I'm doing everything in my power right now to do that. And my guy's doing everything in his power to get to these berries. He even got stuck on a lamppost, did a loop-de-loop, and continued on. Nothing will stop this mad lad from getting to his berries, god dang it. Absolutely nothing. But nothing will stop us from getting that wood either. And dude, seriously, these locations, like, it might not seem like it at first glance, they do have quite a little bit to offer. If we can chop down like one more tree, even if there is, whatever. Okay, we can't chop one down, and I don't even think there is any more trees, and I haven't looted that up until now. That just got roped. So all in all, I'd say that's a pretty good time for us to go ahead and dipski doodle on out of that helicopter crash. Maybe we go. We already have some dog tags over here. You guys have been telling me to hold on to like some of this literature stuff, because apparently there are some quests that have to do with it. So that's gonna be kind of interesting to look at. And actually, with these potato seeds, we might be able to get enough potato for that quest over there. And I mean, I'm not necessarily like super hyped to be giving away my potatoes. All right, listen, I'm Polish. All right, let me just say, Polish people, we love our potatoes, all right? They start with the same letter, for God's sake. Like, god dang it, we were destined to be in love. It's a match made in heaven, right? But that's besides the point. The point is, I grew up accustomed to a love of potatoes, and to betray my potatoes in the way that I'm about to do and just hand them to some random stranger, I don't know if I can handle that, man. And ooh, actually, hold up. Because what I was thinking we'd do is use a little bit of our cash that we got. I think we have like 90 cash flow or something from something or other. I was saying that we maybe use that to fast forward, because I don't think we have all the potatoes in the world. I think we have like 10, but he was wanting 15. I'm just trying to find it. Also, you know what else we gotta find? We gotta find some soybeans. I've never found soybeans before. We can't grow them until we research them, so we're in kind of a little bit of an ugly pickle with that situation. Also, does this not, they only stock to 10 too. I don't know why seeds only stack to 10. I feel like seeds, if anything, should be stacking to a lot more than that. But oh my god, I lost where I put my beloveds. Potatoes! Potatoes, where are you? There, never mind, there we go, found my potatoes. But we only have 9 of them. Abomination, I know. But for the sake of this quest and the fact that, I don't know, that there seems to be a pretty nice variety of quests. This is a quest that we can fulfill. It is gonna cost us $48 dues, but so be it, god dang it. Give me, how do I not have room in my inventory? I have potatoes within my inventory. Okie dokie. Well, this is not the turn that I was expecting this to have. I guess I gotta put away even more stuff. Does my guy have a tattoo on his arms? I don't think I ever actually noticed that. Well, hot dog. Nice, nice tats there, my man. What can I put away? We can probably go and put away the nails and yeah. We can put the nails away into that. And we only got 2 research parts, unfortunately. We still need 9 more before we can even try to research some band-aids. And ooh, we of course are stockpiling band-aids as well, so that should free up a couple of slots here. Potatoes, are you prepared to land in my inventory now so I can go and sell you? I think that's what it is. The potatoes are like, no, Papa Star, do not sell. And I'm like, I'm sorry, potatoes. The time has come. I need to go and give you to the people of Adelaide. You must be used to feed the famished. You need to do bigger things than what I have in plan for you, but I'm good to putting some stuff away, and we'll get to talking from there. And all right, that's about as good as we're gonna get for the time being, but that should be more than plenty of inventory room. See, I thought that we'd have more room to put these ducks on, but I'm pretty sure that ducks actually only stack to 5. So kind of interesting that there are certain items out there in the world that only stack to 5. Like, there's a lot of random numbers that Prey Day stuff stacks to. Like, some stuff stacks to 5, some to 10, some to 20. Then you have research parts out of nowhere, just out of left field, be like, yo, I stack it to 100, bro. And it's like, well, hot dog, slow your roll. Some of us were still over here stacking up to 5s. And the potatoes, man, the potatoes only stack to 15 too. It's a lot of random numbers, but it's interesting because I think like a lot of food items like only stack to 15, maybe for balance reasons. So there's only like 15 in your pocket at once, like 15 in your like quick use slot pocket. For example, ooh, that man over there was rocking a pretty gun. John Diaz? Hello, I have potatoes for you. Completado, my friend. Ooh, you require some rope, you say, in exchange for a backpack, a butt, a trigger, and some research parts. Well, I believe the time has come for us to acquire exactly that. I have plenty of rope and chilling back at home, baby. You Adelaide are not ready for the supply of rope I'm about to bring in. I'm gonna be the greatest rope supplier this world has ever seen because, listen, the rope game, it's a good game to get into. Every single one of these mobile survival games, man, they all have rope in common. I think that's just trying to give us a sign that rope is gonna be very important in the apocalypse. And, dude, if I could get a monopoly on the rope industry, it's a GG, boys. It's a GG. There's no hope for anyone that isn't called Papa Star. All right, and you guys, I'll let the Snipe gang in. I'll be employing all of y'all in the apocalypse too. Woo! Where the rope at though? All right, we gotta go and make the moves, to put this rope supply business into business. There she blows. I think what they needed like 15. I'll bring 20 just to play it safe. Might as well, and hopefully come back here with even more stuff. Knock out another quest, and I'm down to continue knocking these out. I love having these quests to do at Adelaide, though. Honestly, I wish Last Day on Earth had something like this, like a central town, a friendly town we could go to. Just something about having like a town in the world's lore is cool, like a settlement. And then, not to mention, there's AI there who want to give us quests and stuff. Like, there's only one technically, but there's one of those. There's like a trader. It's just cool. Maybe if the raiders over here that gives us protection, if that is indeed what's going to be going on with that. Like I said, there's like definitely some of that stuff I was reading earlier might be up to interpretation. That's why I really do want to hear your guys' interpretations, because I was definitely reading into that a different way than other people might have read into it, potentially. But I'm not reading into this any different way. I'm reading this the exact way I got to, because I'm giving him rope. I'm getting stuff back. And, ooh, in terms of 15 9mm and 15 self-made, and he will be in business. Well, okie dokie artichoke. Let's go ahead and get that stuff popping off as well. 15 self-made and 15 9mm, I believe it was. And as you guys are seeing from our inventory, we're ready to go ahead and make that trade. But first things first, we have a bejesus ton of research parts, a 38% chance at success. But from what you guys have been saying, the way that I should be approaching this, and the way that apparently might end up better for us, is if we just try to do the minimum percentage, because I think every time it might cost us a band-aid, but every time this happens, A, we could potentially save some research parts, and B, every time we fail, I believe the likelihood of success should be going up. So let's send it into the claws and teeth of failure. But if I'm not mistaken, there should be a band-aid that now has a 30% chance of success. Let's get a success up in here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is actually a big deal. Welcome not only to a rope monopoly that we've just recently started up, but welcome to the bandage factory. We have 140 clean cloth saved up. Well, check it. Now we're gonna be able to start mass producing band-aids and actually having proper healing items instead of having to always just kind of make do with our makeshift supply of food and occasionally some band-aids. And now I'm not saving band-aids anymore to research. Now we're saving band-aids for the big stuff, and we already have 2 over there to start with. We're gonna be able to craft more, and if we want, should we choose to, I mean, maybe you guys could chime in on if we should do this or not. If we get the duct tape, we can craft another medi-bench. You can have multiple stations down at once. So even though, because the problem here with crafting meds, which is actually kind of poopy, is that we're only able to craft 1 at a time, and we have to check back in every 15 minutes. So unless the prey day does, hey, if you guys are listening, I'm just saying, a lot of items over here do allow you to build multiple at once. Like, for example, if we head here, right, like we can have the 1 roll of fabric versus the 5 rolls of fabric. Hey, maybe Prey Day devs, maybe give us the opportunity, the potential of being able to continue researching band-aids and per snaps coming across a ability to craft like 5 at a time that'll be using 30 cloth. Sure, it might take longer, but when it comes to something like this, I like things where we can craft more over longer periods of time, because then you just aren't forced to keep on checking in as often. And it's a lot better too if you're like going to sleep or something. If you have something that takes like 8 hours to craft, bing bang pow, even though I haven't gotten 8 hours of sleep in quite a while. Oh, how I long for the days of 8 hours of sleep. But anyways, we got the stuff in our inventory to go ahead and make some of this bullet magic happen. So back to Adelaide we go, back to the collection of marvelous things we do. And I don't remember exactly what he was giving us, but it's probably gonna be good. Yeah, I was just distracted by the fact that I could definitely do this quest because it only took 15 bullets of each kind. But dude, those raiders. I seriously cannot wait for that, man. That is gonna be some hype stuff. But okie dokie, Mr. Guy up here, we are getting a revolver in exchange for that. And he does not have any more tasks for us, unfortunately. So with that, let's go ahead and start heading back home. We have no reason to continue Adelaide because our reputation has not gone up to 20. So if it did though, whenever we unlock a new slot for the trader back in Adelaide, it does actually, bing bang pow, what does it do? It actually refreshes his current deals as well, but currently he still has 6 items and those aren't going to be refreshing for a couple hours, and currently they weren't even really 6 of that great items. Like, there was some okay stuff, don't get me wrong, but for now, you know what I don't want to get wrong, the fact that we're gonna have to start looking into some infrastructure with this raiding coming in and stuff like the stone walls. At the very least, dude, it's not like we gotta go and get some sort, like, I hope that this update doesn't make walls harder to craft, but in case it does, I think we might want to start researching stone bricks and start crafting up more of those than before and making sure that we're putting the safetiest stuff in there. But I wonder if they're gonna add in like C4 to break into stone walls. How are we gonna be doing that breaking? I don't know. Feel free to chime in that comment section down below. Like I said, whether you guys be giving your own thoughts on the information we have, or perhaps even speculating and make an educated hypothesis about some stuff that they haven't yet revealed, but that definitely will probably need to be added, like such as C4 as a way to break into stone walls. I would absolutely love to hear all of that from y'all in that comment section down below, because this raid update is going to be the biggest update in Prey Day history. It's not a super long history, but you gotta admit, it's gonna be a big overall. It's gonna be our first ever rating system outside of Last Day on Earth. I'm ridiculously excited. I hope you guys are as well, and I hope that you stick around with the notification bell hits so we can go ahead and dive into it and check it out as a sniper gang together when the time comes. And given the fact that they're teasing it, they didn't say it was gonna be the next update, but they did say it's close. So hopefully it'll be something we'll be experiencing soon. But that's gonna wrap it up for me for now. Thank you guys a whole ton for watching. Have yourselves an awesome one, and I'll talk to you next one. See ya.